So I made a video and it was kind of long, so we'll do a condensed version of it. So I will show you this in a second, but the whole system moves around and the SkyTrak has a red dot where you need to hit from. So plays into kind of my config. My ceilings are 9 feet tall. I get close, but I mean, if you're 6 foot tall, yes. Like if you're finishing really high and through, like I can get there if I'm fully extended, but you really shouldn't be that far extended. But 9.5 should work if you're 5'10". Again, so we'll just kind of fire off one. I've played enough in the garage that I know what works. Maybe swing a crappy driver the first few times. So like my follow through is nowhere near anything. And not a well hit ball, but so 272, 302. Believe those numbers. So again, this one works better with numbers. So driver wise, if you do buy a mat, you have to make sure that you have roughly the same height if you have to do what I do. So I had to add a half-inch piece of plywood under that to get it the right height. So if I go from a driver, just say like, is this a 7-iron? To a 7-iron, this whole thing slides over. I can also slide it back. I know where it should be roughly per kind of the thing above my head. So that's about where I would hit a 7-iron from. Get a ball, kick it up. In this case, I need the mat to move. So if you have enough to build the whole floor space on the ground, do so. So 7-iron, again, not gonna hurt because I've swung enough, I know what works. And then if I pull it all the way out, I think it might be all the way out anyways. All the way out, 7-iron works. Okay, I can also go down to an extreme wedge. So I think this is a 56. They're pretty good, probably 102, maybe 103, 100. So I believe the numbers work. But again, that's the basic kind of consensus on mine has to move because it's a single car garage, 9-foot ceilings. Let's go for a trip. So again, I think my mat's 4x4. So the longer mat you can get, one that you can swing a driver and you don't have to worry about it, or building your own floor. Other thing again, the thickness of your mat, the better it is, but you have to also make sure your hitting surface then stays about the same height. For the SkyTrak, it hits off a red dot. The ball needs to be within 1 inch, basically the red dot. So when I use like a driver, I move it all the way up because I have other stuff behind me I have to worry about. And I also have to worry about, apparently I tapped the button, whatever. So again, so then for this whole system, he can slide back. All it does is move where the red dot is. Then for the driver, I can push him all the way back. That way I know I have full motion, and again, to dodge the thing above it. Most of this components is just stuff that is spare crap I got from work. The sliders I did have to buy, just drawer sliders from Home Depot, and made this. Basic laptop runs the whole system. The net, this is what I was talking about, maybe doubling up your net or putting a sheet. That's why mine's sagging so low. I don't hit flop shots in here, so I'm not concerned about going over it. But I have 2 nets. The reason I have 2 nets, the first one kind of blew out a couple times. So, and those are visible on the outside. So I have 5 dents on the outside you can see peering in. But again, I don't suggest hitting towards something. Other thing is, if you have people that shank, protect this side. I've hit 1 ball that way the entire time I've played here. And I had to fix a hole in the wall over there. That's not a hole, that's just the bike wheel piece. But no, I had to fix that hole. It's actually right there. That's where I fixed the hole. So it happened, deal with it, move on. But suggest reinforcing whatever you're gonna hit into. And pay a lot of attention to what's above your head. Maybe just get a really crappy old club and swing it a bunch and see where you start banging into stuff.